Hey, this is Matt Cox, and I'm here with Juan Sanchez, my semi-co-host until Zach gets himself freed.
So you all know,
and get rid of this.
I have been told that I have to wear a white shirt for this podcast. I don't know what the deal is, but I guess I have to wear white now. So you will see me wearing a white shirt every episode. It's a trend.
So,
what are we gonna talk about today?
Let's talk about
I'm so excited.
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Dave Ramsey and his advice on retirement. This goes out to all those people that say that we only attack black people.
Oh, yeah.
That are, you know what I mean? You're racist. It's only black. Why are you hating on what Kevo, bro?
Kevo? Kevo.
Yeah. Kevo. So we're not hating on black people or white people. We're hating on wrong and bad and misrepresentation and bad information, because we are, I cannot say this with a straight face. What? We are honest people that we tell the truth and we learn our lesson. He's informing. Well,
I think he's telling the truth. If you want to never have a fucking Starbucks.
No, there is the Costco thing.
Oh yeah, no. He's a lunatic. That alone was a little.
We're gonna play it for you guys and break it down.
Yeah, it's odd. It's odd too. That it's odd that they teach like in federal prison they had that class where they taught like what this guy's saying. And
do you remember the guy that taught it in Coleman? It was that Will something old man. He was a chomo with the glasses.
Oh yeah.
And he used to say in classes like, I had a lot of money and I spent it all on strippers. I used to go to the strip bars and spend thousands of dollars, and it was creepy.
In underage strip clubs in other countries.
We call those daycares.
So he anyway, this is Dave Ramsey, and this is his video, and this is his financial advice on if you're 20 years old and you put $100 away
for retirement
every month for retirement, and you pick the right fund that makes 12% interest, which doesn't happen. But
his does, apparently.
No, his does. Apparently, he's made all the right calls.
Years.
He's the only person that this strategy's ever worked on that I can actually imagine.
Warren Buffett is an idiot compared to this guy.
Yeah. This guy. Okay. It's funny because like every billionaire.
Oh my God! You guys drink like coffee with your sugar?
This is delicious.
It's super sweet, man. I think I'm gonna have to go to pill line for insulin.
So
it's a Christian joke. I know. Pill line. We do a line to get pills.
So, I'm already frustrated. So, what kills me is like every billionaire out there like has borrowed money, has had mortgages, has borrowed heavily from banks, has invested, has done all the things that he's saying not to do. That Dave Ramsey says you're a fool. If
don't
you do
leverage.
This. Don't leverage.
Don't leverage. Yeah. Don't grow.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see how this works. So let's listen to old Dave. Okay. The intro music. He's got. And he yells. Like, I didn't know he was angry. He's a yeller.
He's an angry white man.
$100 a month.
$100 a month.
From age 25 to age 65, or age 30 to age 70. 40 years.
40 years.
First of all,
$100
I'm
52.
A month.
No, you're fucked.
Let's put it in a Roth IRA so that it grows tax-free. And I'm going to recommend a good growth stock mutual fund.
He doesn't have a kickback from.
Annual return of 12%.
12%.
I own one that's done that for over 75 years.
12%?
Average. Now, some years it makes 18, and some years it makes 4.
Mm-hmm.
But the average annual return is about 12%.
Whoa, 20
for 75 years.
So let's just for 75 years. Well, I'm not going to live that long.
Some people think that can't happen, but this is an example to help you understand how numbers work.
Just an example.
How numbers work.
And I've done it.
How do numbers work?
My 401k has been funded, and my Roth IRAs have been funded, and anything else I could fund has been funded because even though I'm a
his GoFundMe account has been funded.
I figured out that I would have more to give and more to live if I saved and invested. And I've done a lot of that in good growth stock type mutual funds. Now, were you doing that in a growth stock mutual fund, were it to average 12%, were you to put $100 a month?
So if all the planets align.
Now, what do you spend $100 on?
What do you spend $100 on?
Can you stop it for 1 second there?
I'm going to stop it right
I'll
here.
guarantee you this.
Oh.
95% of you listening to me right now do not do a unique written budget every month unique to that month.
Would you be willing to save $100 a month until you are 58 so you can retire happy at the age of 58?
At the age of 58.
At the age of 58, which is, by the way, just about a year away from Matt's current age. I'm sorry, I meant 8 years.
6 years. But yeah, okay, so.
Oh, 6 years? Oh. No.
Listen, you just have to struggle and eat. You have to.
Well, he's going to give us the strategy.
He's getting the strategy because, I mean, you basically can never go out to dinner. You can never get Starbucks. You can never. Essentially, you have to live in someone else's spare room.
You know, when you meet that cute girl, because you're 18, you meet that cute girl that you want to, take for a date, maybe score, maybe a little.
Not bringing her to dinner.
No. You got to tell her, listen, I put my $100 towards, but if we're together 40 years from now, that hand job that I expected today, I expected when you're 58. And I'm 58.
A unique written budget every month unique to that month. Almost no one does.
Obviously.
Those that do, however, find all kinds of money that's being lost because your checking account is a freaking sieve. Money leaks out of it.
What? How?
Everywhere.
Like you're sending it to Congress or something.
My checking
you
account
have
is
no
free.
idea.
By the way, I'm sending some of my money to the government.
And you
it's called
make
taxes.
more than your parents made.
You made more than your parents made? I don't.
You make more than a lot of your friends make, and you make more
Not
than
now.
any other country in the world, virtually. Personal income.
Oh, I was
And
going to say the whole
freaking
country.
broke.
And bro.
And so let's just establish
got me
here
there.
that you can find $100. Latte breath.
Latte.
Oh,
Let's
What,
establish
bro?
that you could find $100.
sorry about
Mr.
that,
and
fellas.
Mrs. Cable.
Sorry about that.
Cable.
Sorry, Dave.
God forbid you have cable.
Cancel cable. Cancel Starbucks.
You spend $100 on things you don't even realize you did it. You impulse more than $100 at Target every month.
Impulse Target shopping. In Target?
I don't buy anything.
The reason they check your receipts at Costco and Sam's on the way out the door
You have to stop
is
it.
not to make sure you didn't shoplift. It's because it's federal law. You spend $200 or you're not allowed out.
Please stop that. Stop that. Please. Please.
This is a joke.
This is a man that is saying that.
He doesn't smile or anything.
No,
It
he's
does
serious.
he's not serious. He can't be serious.
Dude, he's telling
He
people
has to be
the
a
reason why they
idiot.
check your receipt before you leave Costco is because if you don't spend $200, you will never leave Costco. Ever. You know how many times I've gone to Costco and I spent $80 and I got away with it? Now I have to call my probation officer and explain to him that I broke federal law because I did not spend $200 on
Federal
Costco.
law, he said it was
And you know how much shit you can buy?
I know he's joking.
No, he
He's
can't be
gotta
joking. People are believing that stuff, bro. There's people out there right now at home freaking out about going to prison.
Well, the problem is when you say something like that, the way he's acting is you lose credibility. But he's already lost some credibility.
He's got
gonna
3 million views on that video.
He's going to continue to lose credibility here. So let's keep watching.
I think it's easy, if we sit here and discuss it a minute, to think about $100. Now, $100 is a lot of money. But $100 invested every month, from age 25 to age 65, averaging 12% in a good growth stock mutual fund Roth IRA, is $1,176,000.
We have inflation of 7% right now, so you know, fellas. So that's not 12%.
So if you're listening to this show and you are
an idiot
under 40 years old,
under 40,
and you don't retire with $1 million, that's no one's fault but yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's your fault.
He yells.
In this country, if you retire broke, it's your fault.
He's really mad.
Because you made a freaking fortune.
I had an uncle that was like that when he got drunk.
Yeah.
You worked your butt off.
You're good for nothing.
And you have nothing to show for it. Nothing.
You don't
America,
have $1
it
million.
is
You're
Way
worthless.
past time
Wait.
for a renaissance in the art of personal finance.
You have the green arts.
I have a degree.
It
in
is
arts.
way past time
Way
for you to get your freaking act together.
What doesn't he say? Fucking.
For every one of you listening to Not Retire a Millionaire
They're good.
is
His
absurd.
viewers are good Christians.
Oh, sorry.
It's absurd.
He's really mad.
He's angry.
Average household income in America today is $50,000.
That's pretty good.
If you say 15% of that,
50 grand a year.
that's $7,500 a year.
You have to think about it.
Yeah.
If you do that in your 401k with no match, into Roth IRAs, into good growth stock mutual funds, you would retire with around $7.5 million.
Oh my
If
God.
you say 15% of your income.
I don't.
I don't know if
How-
I agree
how
with your
long
set
do
of
you have to
assumptions.
live?
Well, shut
Not only
up,
that. Whoa.
unless you do something about it.
He's not gonna pay taxes over the 50 grand.
Because my set of assumptions have made me rich.
No.
So why don't you
No.
use
Pause
my
there for
set
a
of
second.
assumptions instead
No.
of your
Pause
set of
this for a
assumptions?
second.
Because you're
No.
sitting on
No, his book sales
you're-
and his
this-
seminars
yeah,
and
yeah.
his CDs and his
Right.
YouTube freaking monetization has made him freaking rich.
Well, he's got. Look, he's tapped into.
Come on.
He's tapped into the simpleton's belief that you can simply save money, never borrow, and still make money.
Listen, from somebody that stole from the poor, because I was not Robin Hood, the easiest way to take poor people's money is to sell them into that idea that if you give me your money, you will retire rich in 20 years from now. There's a reason why poor people are poor people or broke people are broke people. And it's not because they're not saving $100. Bro, it's because they're not studying and they're not coming up with business ideas and they're not out there hustling and getting it. He's hustling. He's a hustler. An angry one, but he's a hustler.
Well, he's tapping into a certain segment of society that doesn't want to borrow, doesn't want to get in debt,
But they want to be rich.
They want to be rich, but they don't want to do any of those things that really help accelerate growth. So he's tapped into those people's belief that this is the way to do it. And honestly, it's just
But you know what?
anything goes wrong and you're done.
You know the insanity of this is he tells you to invest in a good stock portfolio.
You can pick one.
Not only that, that company is borrowing money. That company that you're investing on doesn't believe in what you believe
Right.
because they're borrowing money to grow. Chick-fil-A is a company that has never gone public, that they close on Sunday because they go to church. They think gay people should go to hell. They think brown and black people should be next, right behind in line. By the way, they have a great chicken and great fries.
They do.
Amazing. I mean, I'll take a
They do.
racist comment.
I don't care what their
Listen,
beliefs are. I
if
love
you're
Chick-fil-A.
gonna tell me that I should not be in this country, but you're gonna give me I always say
I love.
I should be
French
deported.
fries.
Yeah. Can I have the Chick-fil-A sauce with that deportation order, please, sir? So, but they believe in their thing. That's why they never went public. They believe you should not leverage money. This guy is telling people that they should help companies leverage money, but they shouldn't do it themselves for themselves. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
An angry idiot, which is dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's like this with like the concept that you say, okay, let's say you get $100,000. Like where you're getting the $100,000, I don't know. That's just silliness. But let's just assume you have $100,000. He would say, with $100,000, you buy a house and you live in that house. You know, leveraging. Just so if people that don't know what leveraging is. Leveraging is saying, hey, I'm going to take the $100,000. I'm going to put $10,000 down on this house. I'm going to move into that house. I'm going to put $20,000 down on this house, 20 on this one, 20 on this one, 20 on this one. I'm going to have 4 rental properties, and I'm going to live in my house. Those rental properties are going to make me, on average, let's say $400, or let's say $500, let's say $400 a month times 4. That's $1,600, and I'm living in my property that I put $10,000 or let's say $20,000 down. Let's say 20 because that way it divides into 5.
Yeah.
So 20,000, and my rent on my property is the remaining. I put $20,000 down. It's more like $400 a month. So I'm paying
Absolutely.
$400 on. I'm making $1,600. So I'm making spend out of the 16, I spend $400. I have $1,200 left. So that's leveraging. His way is you buy your house for $100,000 and you have no payment. Yeah, but if I do it the other way, I make $1,200, and
I have no payment.
That's the low end, by the way. That's
and
the
I still
low
have no payment because the houses are
I have
paying
no
for my
payment.
house.
Right. I have no payment, and I make $1,200 extra.
He thinks you're an idiot.
Right. He thinks I'm an idiot.
However,
even though every fucking millionaire, multi-millionaire,
done
billionaire
that.
has done that consistently forever.
Correct. So this is this is not a political statement. We're on this one. We're on a political statement. But if you voted for this president, whether you're right or wrong or whatever, this guy believes in leverage. And I guarantee you, he voted for that president.
Right.
Not only that, every war that this country has fought has been financed.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well,
So-
he wouldn't finance it.
For this nation to be what it is today.
Dave Ramsey wouldn't have financed it.
No. He would have said,
He'd never
listen,
have been in the war.
how many troops can we afford cash? Probably 100 soldiers. We're going with that.
Yeah, because at the end of this war, I don't want to be in debt.
I don't want to be in debt. Period. What if we lose them? Hey, listen. It's your fault.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, you'd be speaking German right now if
He's
it
a
was
little
this
angry.
guy.
He's
Okay.
a little angry, man.
Set of
All right.
assumptions because you're sitting on your assumption,
Don't do that, Matt.
doing nothing.
Oh, sitting on your
It's
assumption.
time for you
I
to
get
get
it.
up off your assumption and go save some money.
Get off your assumption.
Way past time. Don't you think?
No.
He's an eater.
So maybe I'm wrong.
He likes his food. I'll tell you that. He's going out to
$7.5
dinner.
million.
His wife ain't
Let's
making
say
all
I'm
that
half
food.
wrong. So you end up with $3 million. Shut up!
That's not good?
Shut up!
Okay.
Jesus, he's yelling and everything.
Maybe you can't save 15% of your income
I can't.
Shut up!
because you're so deeply in debt and you've not followed these steps to get out of debt. Well, then follow the steps and get out of debt so that you can. But maybe you save half that amount. And so you only end up with, let's say, okay, let's just do this.
Just for shits and
Instead of
giggles.
$7.5 million, let's say that I'm 90% wrong because you're a loser.
So if
Let's just call it that.
Wow.
You're a loser, and I'm 90% wrong.
How can people listen to this
That's
and then they get mad at us?
$750,000 you would have, which is a whole heck of a lot more than social insecurity. Some of you are walking around right now, and your best shot at retirement is you're thinking, I sure hope the government, which is well known for its ability to handle money, will take care of me. Well, what a stupid butt plan is that?
Well, that's true. I'll give him that. Like people,
That's
people,
ridiculous.
your retirement plan is social
$100
security.
a
Oh, no.
month
Listen, you're an idiot. I understand that.
saved from age 25 to age 65 is $1,176,000.
But Dave, I'm 52.
There is
You're fucked.
no excuse,
No
for
excuse,
you to
bro.
retire broke.
No excuse.
15% of the average household income in America saved from age 30 to age 70, age 25 to age 65. Average household income being $50,000, 15% of that being $7,500 is $7.5 million. If I'm half wrong, it's $3 million.
So you're not 100% sure that you're 100%
Let's
right.
just go with the assumptions here for a second,
But
okay?
listen,
Since we're talking
hold
about
on,
assumptions.
Listen,
Wait,
if I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
stop this.
Yeah, please.
This guy can
Please.
pick mutual funds and stocks that are giving 12%
For 75
average.
years, you shouldn't say, let's say I'm half wrong. No. You're
That's
not.
amazing.
And you're never wrong.
Brilliant.
This is my issue with this guy so far. You're going to retire at 70. Dude, the life expectancy in this country is very close right after that.
Yeah.
So you're going to have solid,
He's
good
78,
5 years.
76 to 78.
Yeah, correct. 76 to
women.
78. So now you're 70. You're going to have the best. You know all those lattes that you didn't drink for 40 years?
You can
Get
have
ready,
them.
motherfucker, because you got 6 years to drink Viagra with lattes all day, popping them babies like Tic Tacs. No. I'm going to spend the next 40 years of my life still taking Viagra. But I'm going to chase them with my latte while I'm watching cable and wearing my Target clothes.
Yeah, I could get hit by a car tomorrow. I'm not doing all this. But
I
all
don't
right.
subscribe to the misery saving principle of take all your happiness and invest it. So 40 years from now, you can be happy. No.
All right.
He needs to go to prison.
I set you up in an average household income, and for 40 years, you never got a raise using those numbers.
Or pay taxes.
Now, let me help you with this. If you started average and you don't get a raise for 40 years, you are a loser.
Boy, he's mean.
Starting at average is one
Don't
thing.
call me
But
that,
if you
Dave.
start at average and you don't get a dime raise for 40 years, you're a loser.
Dave. Why?
Hey, like he looks at me.
Losers in our country can retire millionaires.
Damn. That's what
Isn't
I
that
say.
bizarre?
Yeah.
That's how dynamic this economy is.
He's
But you're
right
too
on that.
freaking worried about the bachelor or who got thrown off the island to get control of your own life and your own expenses and sit down and do a budget and look in the mirror at your immature self and say no so you can put a couple of $100 away a month.
I mean, I'll
So
give him
you
some of
can
that.
retire
Some of
with
that.
dignity
Listen, first
instead
of all,
being
you
a
don't fuck with
burden
The
on
Bachelor, bro.
society and on your children.
I need to know
You
who's
can't
gonna
give
get that
to
rose.
anybody because you're too freaking broke to help anybody else, and you've got all these great ideas about how other people need help. You want to find out who needs help? Get you a mirror. You need help. It's
No,
time to
Dave.
save money, people.
You need help.
It's time to save
Is
money.
this when he pitches his book
is
and
the
his
Dave Ramsey Show.
Of course. That now he's gonna pitch you. I wonder if you call him and you tell him, listen, bro, I don't have money to pay for your book because I'm saving that $100 a month that you told me. And if I pay for your seminar, which is, by the way, $1,500 to $2,500,
right?
that's 2 years of my retirement plan, David. Come on, bro. Can you hook somebody up? You know what he's gonna tell you? It's your fault.
Gonna say put it on your credit card.
You don't, or he's gonna say, I bet you he takes credit cards.
I'll bet. Wouldn't that be funny if Dave Ramsey's
He takes,
website takes credit cards
He
on a
does.
financial for
I
financial
think you should
planning
pull it up
that
and
specifically
show.
says not to take credit,
Not
not
to.
to get in debt, not to get credit cards, not to borrow money, not to borrow money on a mortgage, not to. You know what's funny? Have you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Of course. You know, the
So-
guy that wrote that story is not Robert Kiyosaki. It's a guy named Chad Holmes.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, so
And
anyway,
he sold it to him. Kind of like what you do with your books and stuff.
so no, that's not true. Don't even joke about that.
no.
I-
He sold the story. That's
Yeah,
what,
I understand, but
you
I
know what
wrote
mean.
the fucking.
I
books.
know well.
Yeah, you're saying.
You know what I
okay,
mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
Okay, so what happened is I read, like, I've had guys come to me in prison and say, hey, tell me, I don't understand this real estate the real estate transaction. Have you ever read them?
On his real estate book or the Rich Dad Poor Dad?
I think it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. It was a basic real estate transaction.
I
that-
read it for it's been
It
years.
doesn't make sense. Like, first of all, what he's saying, how to do it, one, is illegal. Two, you're not able to do it. Like, he's basically like saying, like, you borrow money from this guy to buy the house. Then you refinance the house and you pay him back and you pull out the equity. It's like, okay, well, there's something called seasoning. So you're not doing that.
Correct.
There's also, you can't borrow your down payment from someone unless you disclose it to the lender. And as soon as you disclose it to a lender on a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan, or any type of conventional type loan, they're going to say you can't borrow your down payment.
And
So
you're not going to refi 100% of the value either.
absolutely not. You're not refinancing 100%, and you're not refinancing based on. And he was basically saying, like, you buy a house. The numbers are very low. They're like, you buy a house for like $50,000, but it's worth like $100,000. It's like, stop. It's Dave. It's like
Yeah.
stop it. Not Dave Ramsey. I'm sorry. Robert, stop it. That sounds good. It just, you know what it sounds like? It reminds me of, like, I would go to my real estate class and I'd say, hey, how many people here want to flip houses? And they'd all, oh man, I'm gonna flip houses. There'd be like 40 guys in the class. I want to flip houses. I go, great. I said, let me tell you some of my transactions. One time I bought a house for $40,000. Not once, about 50 times, but I bought a house for $40,000, and then I put $30,000 in it. So, and then I sold the house for $100,000. And I would say, how much money did I make? And they'd go, man, you made $30,000. And I go, no, I didn't.
No,
because I had to help with the guy's down payment. I had to help with his closing costs.
real estate commission if you had a realtor sell it.
There was a commission on the real estate. There was my closing costs. There was the carrying costs for the loan.
You made about $5,000 on that deal.
By the time, let's say by the time I'm done, I made $15,000. Let's say, so I made $15,000 and I busted my ass doing it, and it was absolute hell. people are falling off the roof. I think I'm going to get sued. My air conditioner gets stolen. Kids are knocking out windows in the house. I had to pick up glass in the yard. I've got stitches. It just goes on and on. It's a nightmare.
It's a romantic concept.
It is, but it sounds good.
It sounds good.
So when you hear these guys saying, I bought the house for $50,000, I put $10,000 in it, I sold it for $100, I made $40,000. Liar. Stop it. You're lying. First of all, it didn't happen that fast. It wasn't that easy. It wasn't. So you go through the whole thing. It just doesn't happen. It sounds good. And that was the same thing with Robert, whatever his name is. His book sounds like it works.
Correct.
But it doesn't work.
He teaches you, if you want to open your own business and you're working 14 hours a day, you are doing it wrong. Listen, if you want to open your own business, be prepared because you're going to be working 14, 16, 18-hour days, and you're going to love every minute of it because it's your business. Now, he's right on one thing. And I always said this. As an immigrant, one of the things that I love about the United States is the fact that, yes, there's a bunch of fucking idiots that have a million. We were talking about one earlier today without mentioning names.
Yeah.
This guy's a fucking idiot and he has made a fortune. So, yeah, this country gives you that chance.
Right.
Because you have 350 million people living in this nation. 80% of them are stupid. Hence, Dave Ramsey's making millions of dollars selling this stuff. So, yeah, you can be an idiot. All you need to make money in the United States is a nice set of balls. That's it. You have a nice set of balls, you make some money. You don't have any balls, then Dave Ramsey has the balls to take your money. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm drinking my fucking lattes. I'm going to Target.
Yeah.
I'm not canceling cable.
And
I'm getting my haircuts.
Honestly, if ordering a Starbucks or something is really going to drive you into bankruptcy, like, bro, you got bigger problems. You got bigger problems.
Dude, and I'm not giving up Starbucks. I don't give a fuck if I have to give up one of my kids. I'm getting me a blonde venti latte every day, twice a day, until I reach my goal, 20,000 stars.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up with that. I don't even know what's happening. All right.
Screw you, freaking, what does it say, freaking? Fudging Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, he said. Okay, so, all right. So if you like the video, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notifications. And share the video with your friends and family.
Get credit cards, spend money, be happy, go out, take your wife out, get cable, get all the channels. All the channels. Showtime, Cinemax, HBO.
And honestly,
get them all.
If you're upset because you feel like, hey, Matt, there was a lot of commercials on this and I really just don't like the commercials, then one, I'm not here for your entertainment because I just love to do it. I have to be monetized in some way. And if it really, really upsets you, what you should do is buy the YouTube Premiere, which I think it's like $10 or $12 a month.
Correct.
And it's great. It's great. You don't get any commercials. And I definitely think that's the way to go. And stop bitching and complaining about the commercials, because if you think, oh, no, Matt, you're supposed to go and set all this up with the camera equipment and get the camera guy and get hosts and set stuff up and use your living room.
Wait a second. Are you telling these people that I'm on payroll?
No, not you.
Oh, you pay the other host?
No, I don't pay the host. You just show up. You show up as a guest. This is
This is the Matt Cox show.
Yeah. You show up out of, you're lucky
to be here.
So
and then you're making me, I had to go to Target and buy a white shirt to be here today.
If that's the case, like, I don't like I'm not doing this because I want to entertain you. I'm doing this to build a business that's worth putting in time and effort.
Number one, when I'm not on your podcast,
oh God,
I watch your episodes just for the commercials.
Yeah, the commercials are good. Yeah, people told me
on
that
Sunday, everybody's going to watch the Super Bowl with the two worst freaking teams on the NFL just for the commercials. So consider this the Super Bowl of YouTube.
I heard this guy told me that they actually ran a home title lock commercial on.
Oh, dude, they do it all the time.
On my podcast?
Every time I see your podcast, there you are on the home title locks thing. And I'm like,
is it really?
Do you get it too? Dude,
I don't know because I have Premiere. I don't pay for the commercials.
It drives me crazy.
I'm not doing. What am I, a savage? Like I'm going to listen to watch commercials?
You're not a savage. You're a loser, Dave Ramsey
Yeah,
says.
He was really angry. He
was a little
chubby little. Yeah, he may have been a
I
little
think he was
liquored
a little
out.
drunk. I think he was a little. We should try that up next time. Maybe drink a little before the podcast. Why not?
I don't drink, but whatever. Let's see. All right. See ya.
Adios.